So let's take a look at the chords that we're soloing over. D7, G minor, C7, and then F6. Okay, then chromatically down to D. Again, D7, right? G minor, C, and now B flat minor, C7, F, down again to D, and lather, rinse, repeat. Okay, and this is the hallmark of that sound. Okay, is that chromatically descending, and then a cycle of fifths. Okay, then the B section, I'm not going to cover that, but that's kind of a wacky and wonderful moment too. All right, but let's look at how to solo over something like that. Obviously, I'm thinking melody, 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 but at the same time, a tune like this really, really lends itself to some cool ideas because of all those little half steps. You can get that ragtime harmony thing happening. So, without further ado, let me break it down for you, okay? We come up here to the 3rd fret F note with our middle finger on the D string and our index finger on the C sharp. And we're going to be doing most of this first section with a pick, pluck, right? Like that kind of idea. Okay, so a lot of this. So you're going to be seeing this energy, okay? Break it out a little bit at a time here. So we start here on this F, which is, we don't start on 1, we start 1. Okay, so this D note and this F sharp note, that's the actual downbeat. Okay, so the first 2 chords, D7 to G minor, and a chromatic approach into the 3rd and 5th of the D. Right? And we're going to put the pinky on the B string there and keep the ring finger on the D. And we're going to come back and grab the 2nd fingering that we did, like that, but we're going to do it like this so that we can go. So we're going to be hitting the F sharp and the D, and then the D and the C. All in, we're going like this. Okay, just like a D7 chord, but we're going to break it up into 2 fingerings. Okay, 3, 4. All right, and that's the D chord. Over the G minor chord. All right, so we're going to come back from F sharp and A and come up 1 fret, and then flatten out our index finger and grab that D note. Okay, so all in. And I kind of arpeggiate it, right? Come in with an accent on the. Okay, hitting that E and G, which is part of that C sound. That's the 5 and the major 3rd of the C7 chord we're coming into. So chromatically down with these, you know, That's the D and the B string, again, pinched. Okay, now we're into a partial C chord shape. Okay. Okay, then I'm going to hit the C note. Those are the notes. C, pull off from first fret to open G. Okay, and then we're going to come up into F from E. Hit the A and then hammer on up to D. A little dead stroke back to that A or. Okay, so all in, we hear. I guess I hit the F that time, but either one, any of those F chord tones. Okay, then we're going to come back up, just like we did in the beginning. Now instead of going back, we're going to go, okay, so, and then just one fret up to form the G minor chord. So that's the root of the G minor, and that's the minor third of the G minor. And then we're going to do that chromatic, and then come up to its fifth and minor third. That's all G minor, right? Okay, so most of this is on the D and the B string, right? All in. Come back up and grab our same, just like we did that, just 12 frets. Okay, so we did, that would have been, blah, 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 blah. Sorry guys, hold on a second. Like that, then we're going to come up with our pinky on the B string. Okay. Sound out the rest of that C chord. Okay, chromatically approach into that B flat, then form a B flat minor chord by flattening the D note to C sharp. Okay, and then we're going to come back a fret and strum through like that, kind of a little. Okay, so the really important notes are obviously the C going to the D. If you get the G, you form a little C chord. Okay, so that would be. And we're going to come back here and go. Okay, that's really hip because we're not actually doing. We're forming an F chord, but we're kind of coming from its flat 3 and flat 5. Kind of toughens it up and gives it that blues, ragtime piano type of vibe. So all in, that's our first time through the progression. Sorry. So that's going to be, it's going to look like a B and a G sharp. Back one fret, get to the B flat and the G, and then to the third and root of our F chord, which we're resolving into. That's our first time through. All right, I'll be back in a minute and break down the second chunk. So now that we've gone through the whole form one time, I do one more as a single note line rather than this kind of, this is very figured out. All the double stops, okay? This next thing is just a little bit more like freestyling, okay? So we're gonna come up out of chromatically approach from C sharp into the root, right? Flat 3, flat 3 into 3, root 5. So the idea is to kind of put some emphasis on the vibratos, maybe delay a note. You know, really milk it as much as you can. But so this is largely the top part of the harmonized line I just played, but now I can pick it and add more edge and vibrato and a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more nuance to each note that I can't really do when I'm playing 2 notes at once, right? So, so that's... Over the F6, I'm kind of pre-bending. Let's see how that's a little F chord. Okay, now over the D melody again. So that's still over the D chord. So that's the flat, the third and the flat third, and the root and the, I guess, the flat 2. All right, so actually, no, not the flat 2, the major 7. And we're making our way up to that G minor's root, okay? So put that up to the B flat, but I bend from just the 1 fret, okay? Then we kind of pick and pull down all 3 notes. Oh. Okay, kind of Garcia trademark moment there. Then chromatically down from E to D. And then finish on C. Okay, so that's making our way. D chord, G minor, C, F. Back up to D, G minor, C, okay, then into the B flat's third, so we kind of come up into the B flat, B flat, B flat minor, and then that little lick in over the F, C to F chord. And then back again. I hope you guys enjoy the lesson and can really get something out of it. If you do, please subscribe to the channel and let me know what you think in the comment section below.